What a great lick. The song Love Me Two Times was, the lyrics to the song were written by Robbie Krieger, the guitar player for The Doors. And essentially the song was about shipping out probably to Vietnam and spending your last day with your girlfriend before you headed off to war. The song reached number 25 on the charts. It was a great song. Second song released from the Strange Days LP, one of my favorite LPs from the 60s. Here's The Doors, Love Me Two Times. All right, let's go through the chords we need for Love Me Two Times. First of all, you need an open G major. You need an open D major. You need a C7 chord, which of course is just an open C with the pinky added to the third string, third fret. You need a B7 chord, and then you need what's commonly referred to as the Jimi Hendrix chord, but rather than play it up here, this is an E7 sharp 9. I'm going to show you a structure for this chord that's down here, and what that's going to do is keep everything in the same locale. So play an E major, add the pinky to the D note of the B string, that makes it an E7, and now flatten that pinky out to include the G note of the high E string. Okay? Okay, so again it's an E7 with the pinky flattened out to include the high G note. An E7 sharp 9. So once again in review, and all these chords are located within the first three frets here. We've got an open G, an open D, a C7, a B7, and an E7 sharp 9. And those are the chords you need. Now we'll work on some riffs. Alright, let's take a look at the signature riff for the song. Okay, let's break that down. First four notes. With the second finger, B note, open D string, B note, E note on the D string. Okay, so second fret, fifth string, open fourth string, second fret, fifth string, second fret, fourth string. The next three notes are open A, open D, and then that E note again. So far we have so now we just add the and that is a couple of muted hits on the open E string, the low E string, and then a couple little pull-offs. So all I'm doing there is with my pointer finger is I'm hammering and pulling off on the first fret of the G string. Okay, looking at the right hand through this whole process. Okay, you're going to want to work on that a few times because it's throughout the song. It's not just the opening riff, it's the signature riff, and it appears again and again. There it is, the signature riff for Love Me Two Times. Well, that signature riff we just learned is sort of based around the E7 chord. Love me two times, babe. It's based on an E7 chord. The next little riff I'm going to show you is based on based on an A7 chord, which you can play in the song if you're not doing this riffing. You could sing, love me two times, babe. Love me twice today. Love me two times, babe. That's what would be playing and what the keyboard is likely playing. But we're going to riff this instead of actually physically playing that A7. Here's the little riff you play. The way we play this riff is we take our first finger and we're going to bar it across the second fret of the first 4 strings. That leaves us an open A to pick. We're going to pick that, then we're going to pick 3 and 2 down. So open A, and then 3 and 2 down, and then we're going to reach with our pinky and we're going to pick up on strings 1 and 2. 2 now is at the 2nd fret, and the first string is now at the 5th fret. And then down again on 3 and 2. And then with our second finger, we're going to play the G note of the high E string and pick up on 1 and 2 again. So putting it together, it's and the right hand and that little riffing is done and goes along with what would be an A7 chord, because the notes for the A7 chord are in there. Okay, so there's your riffing for the A7 chord. We've got one more little set of riffs to show you here to make it accurate, and then we can move on to playing some of the song. So this last bit of riffing is done with my first finger on the C note of the B string and my second finger on the A note of the G string, and that's a little chord. It's going to give me that little chord, strumming from the 4th string down. See what I'm doing with that chord? I'm strumming it and then lifting and hammering on the C note. Up pick on the high E string, down pick on the D note of the B string, which I'm playing with my pinky. Another strum with the hammer. And all I'm doing there is bending a little bit. And that. Okay, so putting it together. Goes into the C7 chord. So if we take all 3 bits of riffing, the that, and then the that one, and then the one we just learned, this is how it should all piece together. Okay, so you might want to practice that sequence now over and over again with the first riff, the second riff, and the third riff. And you'll have everything you need to sing through those verses and play through those verses. Let's move on to the strumming pattern. Okay, the strumming pattern for the sequence of chords we need is like this. Okay, so looking at the right hand. Okay, so that's it's basically 2 strums down, but there's a little bit of a flick in between there.
think that's 11 hits, right, on that Jimi Hendrix chord. And then the second time through, it's back into the... Okay? So that's what you're going to be playing during the chorus section, and that's where the chords come in. Strumming pattern and chords. Okay, let's just talk quickly about how the song's going to end. And it's going to end with the chorus times 3. The first 2 times when we play the E7 sharp 9 chord, we're going to strum it 11 times, and then the final time, we're going to strum it 6 times. So the ending goes like this. Here we go. Okay, that's how the song's going to end with lyrics, of course. So now let's put all the lyrics in. We'll do a full playthrough, which will consist of an opening, the intro, a verse, a chorus, a verse, and then a chorus times 3 with that ending. So all we're leaving out of the song is the repeat stuff and, of course, the keyboard solo. But after we do this playthrough, you'll have everything you need for Love Me Two Times.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. I'm going away. Love me 2 times, girl. 1 for tomorrow, 1 just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm going away. Love me 1 time, I could not speak. Love me 1 time, yeah, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl, last week, all through the week. Love me 2 times, I'm going away. Love me 2 times, I'm going away. Love me 2 times, I'm going away.
Okay, well, the fine tuning for this song is really just to practice these little riffs and licks a lot so that they're... You got to get them kind of nice and clean, and cleaner than I was there in that final version, as clean as possible. Robbie Krieger wasn't the most gifted guitar player on the planet, but he was very original in some of these riffs. You know, and I mean, all that stuff is, you know, I never heard it before or since, really. So he's doing some very, very cool and original stuff there, but it needs to be practiced. So that's the fine tuning for this week. There it is. Love me 2 times before I go away. Good advice. Good luck with it. We'll see you next time on songmentor.com.